welcome to a new edition of Treasures. Each time we'll take you to a very beautiful touristic attraction here in Egypt. And today's place is an outstanding Islamic monument that is really worth a visit. If you want to know what is this place and the details about it, so stay tuned and don't go anywhere. Located at a very unique place here in Egypt at the foot of the citadel, the Sultan Hassan Mosque is one of the most important touristic attractions here in Egypt. This place is really huge and magnificent. It's impressive and it's worth a visit. It's known for being one of the most outstanding Islamic monuments here in the country. In today's episode, we will know more about the reason behind building this mosque, and we'll know more about the different stories behind this place. With us Mr. Gamal Mustafa, who is the general manager of this very interesting place that contains both a Sultan Hassan Mosque and also a Rifai Mosque. Very good morning to you, sir.
Good morning.
Sir, this place has a lot of very interesting stories. I would like to know one story about this place.
Really, we have a lot of stories here, but the main stories is coming from the Mamluk period. Exactly is the date of Sultan Hassan, who ruled Egypt for 3 years in 2 times. The first time he stayed in the state for 1 year. In this moment he decided to build a huge building or a huge mosque in one of the famous places in Egypt here. So he chose the most important court or square here, which called Al-Rumela Square. The Rumela Square is coming from the sand, which is coming from the 2 hills, Al-Muqattam and Yashkur hills. So he chose this place and started to build it. He paid 20,000 gold dirham a day. So it's a huge amount to build this building, but he cannot complete the building really, but he lived one of the most important religious architecture in Egypt. Exactly in the middle of the 14th century. So Sultan Hassan started to make a special place to learning or to taught the Sunni branches in Islam. So he designed the building in this area with this huge architecture to come surrounded the main design of the Mamluk period. Exactly.
Very huge, I think.
Yeah. So he decided that the courtyard and 4 Iwans. Between these Iwans, he building the 4 madrasa or
What's
schools.
the meaning of Iwan? For
Iwan,
those who are not familiar with this word.
you know, in the Islamic architecture, especially the religious architecture, they building the mosques in two different types. The first is the courtyard and 2 Iwans. The Iwan, the place which the Muslim pray on it.
So it's the prayer hall.
Yeah.
Okay.
So sometimes you will find the mosque with 2 Iwans, and the other time you will find the courtyard and 4 Iwans. So he finished his mosque to be one of the most huge buildings. So this building continues to nowadays by the conservation of or the preservation of the Supreme Council of Antiquities. So you will find the mosque from the 700 years and another mosque with 200 years. Really is a very nice place, and we have some people who experts take care of these buildings, and for keeping this area as it is now, it needs a lot of money, it needs a lot of people, it needs a lot of expertise.
There are a lot of interesting and exciting stories that we need to know about this place before entering Sultan Hassan Mosque. And to tell us all these stories, we're pleased to be joined with Mr. Ahmed Hamdi, who's a tour guide here in Egypt. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Sir, you have a lot of stories to us about this very beautiful place, right?
Yes,
Let's start with this place, I think.
yes, this place was a wash house was built by the Sultan during the 15th century. There was a plague and a big famine in Egypt during that time, and a lot of people died, unfortunately. So one of the building that was added here on the right side of the school or the madrasa is the wash house for the dead people here, and dates back to the 15th century. And also we can see the ruins of the old hospital that also built during the time of the Sultan Hassan. It's named originally as the Bimaristan, or the hospital, or the hospital. And also there was a section for the musical therapy inside this building. Unfortunately, it's gone now, so we can see.
Very interesting that talk about music therapy at this time.
Of course, yes. Yes. There's originally there was another Bimaristan was built by his grandfather in Al-Mu'izz Street, and this is the first Bimaristan ever built in Egypt, and also the first building that had this section for the musical therapy. There was like a tradition that was followed later by the successors.
So you told me that behind this place there is the hospital and the fountain, I think?
Yes, the original fountain was here, and the one inside the mosque that was added later, but originally it was a decorated fountain. It's not a pollution fountain. Yeah.
Sir, so talking about the place from outside also, there is a map over there
Yes.
to describe this place?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
It shows the whole place of the madrasa. It's a freestanding building, and it's 68 meters high for the walls, and about 150 meters long.
Very huge building.
It's very big, a big building, and about 150 meters long, and covers an area of 6,700 meters square. Yeah, and we have open court, 4 Iwans for the 4 schools of the Islam, the 4 sects. The main one for the Shafi'i of the Mamluks, but they added the other 3 schools as well in the same building.
So sir, before entering this mosque, I want you to describe me on the map the architecture and what's the place.
So as we said before, it's a freestanding building, and we have the main one of the main halls here is the mausoleum or the crèche. It's a place where the Sultan should get buried, but his 2 sons Ahmad and Ismail get buried instead of him here in this hall. And the dome of this hall was restored by the Ottomans. That was during the 17th century.
Okay.
The interior of the madrasa was built of brick. So the walls was built totally of stone, big massive blocks of stones, but the interior of the madrasa was built of brick. And we can see in the middle the open court of the madrasa, where we have the fountain, which is a decorated fountain. We have also 4 Iwans. The biggest Iwan is the Shafi'i Iwan, the madrasa of the Shafi'i madrasa. And we have 3 other Iwans for the other 3 schools, the Maliki, the Hanbali, and the Hanafi schools. And the corners also occupied with buildings, which is the cells of the students. It's four levels, and we can see the windows here that shows 4 levels, and each level should house 75 students, which means that in each corner we should have 300 students, or the capacity of the whole school should be 1,200, more or less. And the northwest side of the madrasa, how we can determine the 4 points of compass? Simply the entrance here on the north, and the minaret, the tallest minaret to the south. This minaret is on the east side, while the other is the west. So because the qibla or the prayer niche should be southeast.
Okay.
So the entrance here on the north and the qibla southeast. Also, there is a wide band of kufek scrapped inside the madrasa. Also, we were going to see it.
So
this is briefly about.
yeah,
about
this on the map. So now let's see it.
Please.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're inside the mosque of Sultan Hassan, the place is so and impressive. Ahmed, I wanted to talk here about the interior design of this place.
Well, this madrasa was built on the cruciform, and it was known since the time of the Mamluks. Before that, they usually built the madrasas and the mosque on the traditional style of arches resting over the columns. But it's very notable here that we don't have any columns in this madrasa. So we have just the Iwan, which is the classrooms. This is the biggest Iwan, and we have a stone bench here, just facing the mihrab. It's called this stone bench, resting over small columns. This usually called as Dikkit al-Muballigh, or the assistant of the imam, because we don't have a microphone here. So he's the one like the maestro inside the mosque to organize the prayer after the imam, because the imam just praying here in the front. So the people who usually pray here on this Iwan and the other parts of the mosque can hear him. So simply the assistant of the imam, who's called al-muballigh, stand over, and all the people inside the mosque can watch him while doing after the imam.
Okay.
So it's like the maestro inside the mosque. This is also very interesting.
Here is the fountain, but this one is for its decoration.
Well, that's, the original fountain was for as a decorative element inside the mosque, but this one used now as a pollution fountain at the moment. When the mosque was built, the fountain was outside the mosque, was not here.
Okay. Talking about the, I can see here writings over there. You told me here it's written Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim.
This madrasa was ordered to be built by a sultan, the martyr, and the other names and titles. But it's very notable here that we can see a shaheed or the martyr after the sultan.
Because he did not see this, he did not witness.
Of course, yes. The madrasa was completed after his death. He was assassinated by his vizier, and the madrasa was completed after his death.
Okay, let's walk to see what else.
Okay. Also on the walls here we can see a wide band of kufik scrapped. That should run over the 4 Irans here, but just we have this part which is still remained. It's started by in the name of the God, the merciful, the compassionate. Then we have opened the إنا فتحنا لك فتحا مبينا ليغفر الله ما تقدم من ذنبك وما تأخر. It's in kufik, and we have more than 24 types of kufik scrapped in Egypt. The most famous kufik here, we have the simple kufik, the square kufik, and the plated and the floriated kufik. The plated kufik like this, written over a floral background. It's made by stucco molds and pierced. Then the second stage is to put it over the walls. And also the other type, which is the floriated kufik, which have the floral ends of the letters. It's not in this mosque, but in other buildings as well. And also to the southeast of the wall, we can see the prayer niche or the mihrab with the famous juggled voussoirs over the hood and 2 columns on both sides. And also we can see the fashion of the dwarf blind arcades, because this fashion was brought from Persia during that time.
And I love the shapes here, the design star, I think it's a star over there, geometrical.
The windows. So the round windows or the circular windows inside the walls is called the bull's eye window, or the bull's eye windows. And this fashion also was known from the time of the Mamluks. And this window is called the moonlit and the sunlight. It's made of stucco, pierced, with colored stained glass. And it enabled the light of the sun and the moon to enter inside the mosque with different colors. So we call it the moonlit and the sunlight. And that was known from the old Byzantine cathedrals that was in Asia Minor a long time ago. Well, this is a mausoleum of the madrasa that's added when the madrasa was built, and in the middle there is a place for the Sultan that should get buried here, but seems that his two sons Ahmed and Ismail get buried instead here in this place. And the dome was mentioned in a lot of by the historians who visited Egypt during the 17th and the 18th century, and they describe how it looks like. But this dome was restored by the Ottomans during the 18th century, and we also can see the spherical triangular pendentives here in the corner, just supporting the whole structure of the dome. And
Actually, they're
underneath,
beautiful.
yeah, it's being gilded. And also we have the wide circular windows here, and also the windows which we call it previously as the moonlit and the sunlight mention some bow phrases and some verses from the Holy Quran as well. And also we can see the 6 windows here that's added 2 on each side, and we have 2 windows just overlooking the view of the citadel.
After a wonderful and exciting tour inside the mosque of Sultan Hassan, unfortunately we came to the end of this edition of Treasures. This place was really wonderful, beautiful and impressive, and I hope you did enjoy it as I did. So please wait for us next time in a different place with a different story.